Hi there, it's Bianca, and today I'm going to take you with me as I do a client for a camouflage tattoo. But before that, I want to explain a little bit what is a stretch mark camouflage or camouflage tattoo. Camouflage tattoo is a relatively new technique. It originated in Brazil, and my mentors are two of the creators of this treatment in Brazil. And last year I went to Paris to actually master this procedure and bring it here in the Philippines. And I'm very happy with this technique because it's really effective. Clients are really happy with this treatment. And you know, most of the time when they come to me, they've tried everything. They've tried laser treatment, they tried all sorts of cream, they've tried fractional needling or derma roller, but really nothing worked. Because a stretch mark is a damaged skin, so it's very, very difficult to reverse a damaged skin. But with the use of a tattoo technique, using a special pigment, we can actually camouflage the stretch mark, or not even just stretch mark. We can also camouflage pigmentation, scars, or if you have any surgical scars, and even eye bags. So it's a very, when you think about it, it seems very, very simple. And we're like, why did we not think of this long time ago, right? It just started like a couple of years ago. I just want to show you what to expect when you come here and we do the treatment. When we do the procedure later, you will see that I'm not going to be using an aesthetic cream because it's really painless. But if your threshold is really, really low, then I have no problem using an aesthetic cream for you. But what I can promise you is that I will make you comfortable all throughout the procedure. So you might be asking, how does this procedure really work? So what we do is we actually use a tattoo technique. Yes, it's a tattoo, okay? The only difference is that we use a special pigment that especially focuses on camouflage treatment. And then we combine not just one, not just two, but a multiple of colors so that we can come up with the perfect combination to match the skin tone of the client. And that's actually the very, very tricky part because it can be very difficult to come up with the perfect color combination for each client. And that's usually where I took the most time because there's no coming back and there's no reversal. When we do this procedure, you cannot erase it anymore, so it's permanent. There's a possibility that you might need a follow-up treatment after a couple of years, but in most cases it would be permanent because it's a tattoo. It's an actual tattoo. So you might be asking, is there going to be discoloration? Absolutely not, because the pigment that we're using is of high quality and it's really good, and there's going to be no discoloration even if you go under the sun. The next question that I always get is, how about tanning? Can I still tan? Absolutely, because you know, when you have, let's say, a stretch mark and you go under the sun, you tan, because that color of your skin is lighter than your normal skin. When you tan, it's still very, very visible. But when you camouflage it, obviously the pigment will not be tan, but our skin composes of different layers. So the first and the second layer, which is the epidermis and the dermis, will serve as a film. So the epidermis and the dermis will tan. And when that tans, your pigment will also appear to have tan. It might not look exactly as your natural skin tan, but it will be closer to your tan than when you did not have the stretch mark camouflage tattoo treatment. Another question that I get is this safe? Well, absolutely, it's very, very safe because it's just a tattoo treatment. The only thing is, obviously, like any other procedure, there's a potential of infection, but that obviously will depend on you and how you take care and how you follow my instruction so that we can make sure that there's going to be no infection. Absolutely, because what happens in my clinic will depend on me, but how you take care of your camouflage after will absolutely depend on you. Before we begin, I would like to show you first how I prepare my things. I'm very, very particular with hygiene, and I cannot stress enough the importance of proper hygiene, especially when performing a tattoo treatment. So it really scares me when I see tattoo artists who are not following proper SOP in terms of their equipment, and it is so scary for me. So I want to show you how I do things properly. So first, I make sure that I cover my table with a plastic film because this will help prevent all the blood or any germs and bacteria going into my table. And in here, I only put the things that are either disposable or I can sterilize right after. So I have here my machine. This is cordless, so I don't have this very long cord, and it's very easy for me to use because I can move properly, and it's just very handy and efficient. As you can see, it's covered with plastic film because I want to make sure this is something that I cannot sterilize, so I can only wipe this with alcohol. And so because of that, I want to make sure that no contamination will happen in my machine. So I want to make sure that I cover this with plastic film so that after, I'll just take it off, wipe it with alcohol, so there's no contamination that happened. And I also have my gloves, and this is the needle. There's no such thing as reusable needle, okay? It's just one-time use only. So I always show to my client my needle before I actually open them so that, they'll be more comfortable that I use a brand new needle with them. I remember when I had my tattoo in Thailand, I had to really ask the guy to show me your needle first. It's very important, guys. We're talking about health here. And this is my cup holder. This is where I put my pigment in. And as you can see, even this is covered with plastic film because I want to make sure that there's not going to be no blood inside. And here I have my alcohol. And in the second layer, that's where I put all my the things that are not disposable, like my pigment, my buttercream, even my tissue is right here because I might not be able to use all of this, so I want to make sure that it doesn't get contaminated. And here, even my bed has plastic. Wherever I would do the procedure, whatever part of the body I'll do the procedure, in this case I'm going to do it in the legs, so I want to make sure I also cover my bed with plastic. Obviously, this sheet we're going to throw in the wash after, but I just really don't want my sheet to be contaminated with blood, right? So there you go. Hygiene is very important, and I would really suggest that if you're looking for a tattoo artist, this is something that we have to look for. Not only how good they are in their field, but also hygiene. That's very important, especially with what is happening with the world today. So now we can really start. So in here, we have our client has a hypopigmentation where some part of the skin appears lighter than the other parts of his skin. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sanitize the area with alcohol to make sure that there's safe to work. Now, I need to mix colors, and this is a very challenging part. So we will now begin. As you can see, it's now turning a little bit red. That's the blood. There's actually no blood that will flow. It's just gonna turn like this, a little bit red. So this is completely normal and there's nothing to worry about. And as you can see, I did not use any anesthetic cream here, but my client is not feeling any pain. It's very, very tolerable. Now I'm gonna apply this ointment, and I'm going to wrap it with gauze so that on the way home, he will not contract any bacteria in the treated area. And that's it. So there you go, guys. You finally saw how this procedure of camouflage tattoo is actually done. I hope that through this video, I was able to help you understand what camouflage tattoo is about and how it's done and what to expect with this procedure. And of course, if you want to learn more about this treatment, you can follow us on Instagram or our Facebook. I will put the description wherever in this video. And if you want to learn more about this treatment or in any beauty treatments or empowerment or entrepreneurship, make sure to subscribe to our channel in YouTube and click the bell right next to it so that you will be notified every time we post something new. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget to spread love and positivity every day. Have a great day.